going to have to act if we want to live in a different world.
I'm often held hostage by nostalgia. It's not hard for me to fall back into games I played growing up, regardless of quality. Perhaps due to the warm fuzzy feeling of wearing rose-tinted glasses, or because I fear change. I'll regularly find myself booting up games like Escape from Butcher Bay, or Halo, or Mass Effect. But today, I have a game that I'm sure invokes these same feelings in many viewers around my age, give or take a few years. Released by Westwood in September 1995, it's part of a rather famous strategy series, which I've never really gotten good at. Westwood had done strategy games before, but this one in particular did really well, landing it as the 11th most sold game in 1996. It also has one of my favorite soundtracks, done by Frank Lepacki. I'm talking, of course, about Monopoly. Westwood Monopoly is a game I don't really play for the gameplay. Everyone knows how to play Monopoly. You roll high, get lucky, and buy everything. You build 1 trillion hotels everywhere. The enemy lands on them, they scream, and then they die. For this reason, Monopoly is a game typically enjoyed by sociopaths, masochists, and finance majors. All three of these groups are the same people. So why do I play a 31-year-old port of a hated board game? Because Westwood made it fun to play. Not because of the gameplay, mind you, but because the game has style. Frank Lepacki and friends made a really great soundtrack, and the artists poured their souls into making the game interesting to look at. This has a direct impact on my strategy. I'm forced to buy everything because I like the video that plays whenever you land on a property. The pieces have some fun animations, especially when they go around corners. Even sections of the board move around, which is cool. The music team decided to make a soundtrack I can only describe as cool banking music. It's full of jazz instrument swings and ragtime piano lines. The soundtrack is also impossible to play on modern computers unless you have MIDI playback software. You can choose to disable the music if you need to focus on a game of Monopoly if you're a finance major. The only way to play this game is to get a CD copy, or find the ISO file online. It's abandonware, so it shouldn't be too hard if you're committed. The game can be played in a hot seat mode, so you can break your computer when you land on your family member's hotel-riddled green properties. It's critical that you make your family member feel as bad as possible about losing, so that they never want to play with you again. Going back to the graphics, one of the things that has always stuck with me is the skybox. You actually have a few options as to what the background looks like, and about half of them are Windows 98 backgrounds. One of the good ones is a city background, mostly because it feels like it fits, but also because I'm being held at gunpoint by nostalgia. The art team also did a really good job injecting some subtle humor into the game, which adds some flavor to the location videos. The game blends together a realistic art style with literally just throwing Monopoly pieces into the mix. The game also has a wide range of location art, going from Barrel Soup Alley to the Richie Rich estate. The AI are fun to play against because you can swindle them in auctions and make them overbid. They aren't completely stupid. They will often reject your attempts to buy into a Monopoly. However, I wouldn't exactly call them geniuses. The correct best location are the green properties because I like the background and flamingos are cool. I also like the utilities when they're active because of all the pretty lights. I realize that this video is entirely unwatchable now, but this is a holiday special. Okay, real talk. I truly love this game, not because it's Monopoly, but because it's an inextricable part of my childhood. It was from the era of the 3D graphics frontier. It's got a lot of charm in its presentation, and it has a soundtrack that I still listen to this day. I recommend giving this particular version of Monopoly a try, if only just to see Kane in an office suit, because he was just an employee back then. Westwood also made Command & Conquer, which was released in September 1995. It's okay. Real videos soon.